Hi, I'm Alicia and welcome to my channel Papercraft Secrets. Today I'm going to be making some cute little springtime shaker cards using one of our printables, the Springtime Shaker Cards printable. We are going to be creating a set of 6 gorgeous little cards that are perfect for Easter or for springtime, and I'm going to show you exactly how to create the shaker element. So here we are with our Springtime Shaker Card printable, and you'll see here that it's also got a fairy focus, so if you don't want to make Easter cards, you don't have to. So we've got the cute little bunnies and the cute little fairies in these circular designs. So I think we've got 6 different fairy designs and 6 different bunny designs. So there's quite a variety here, and they're all in the really pretty pastel colors, perfect for Easter. Look at those cute little bunnies. And I'm missing a fairy. Let me find my missing fairy. There she is. Alright, so 6 bunnies or 6 fairies, and you can mix and match those depending on what you would like to make for your cards. There's these little scallop circles, so you could just layer that on top if you wanted to not do a shaker card, or if you wanted to do a shaker card, then you cut it out, cut the middle bit out and create the shaker card. So there's a mixture of blue, yellow and pink. I did do a page with the border around the edge of the scalloped edge, the scallop circle, because some of the borders were having trouble being cut on the Scan and Cut. On these ones, I added a 1-inch border. On the other ones, I didn't. These are all of the sentiments here. So lots and lots of sentiments in different colors. Happy birthday, happy Easter, thinking of you. So you can use a variety of sentiments on your card. These are our card panels. They got matching panels, one for the front and one for the inside. Really, really pretty. I love these spring designs. I know you guys are going to love the spring designs too. These flowers are just gorgeous. So much fun to play with. I mean, these just cut out on the Scan and Cut beautifully. So it's so good. And these are the leaves. So there's like small leaves. Those ones were with the white, a 1-inch border. These ones were without the 1-inch border. I actually prefer the border on the leaves. There's large leaves and small leaves. There's also these sentiments, although they did not cut out on the Scan and Cut. So they would be more of a Cricut or hand cutting. And then there's a couple of background papers as well. So we're going to start with our base card. We're going to take some cardstock and measure 8 1/4 by 7 inches. So the 8 1/4 goes across the width, and the 7 inches is in the height of the card. And then we just fold that in half, and we need 6 of those. So I've used a variety of colors here, the pink, the yellow, and the blue. The blue I've used Kaisercraft Surfer, and the purple is Kaisercraft Wisteria, and the yellow is Kaisercraft Lemonade. But you can choose any colors that you have in your stash. So that's our base cards, and then we have our layers. These are going to be 3 7/8 by 6 3/4 inches. So the 3 7/8 is across the top, the 6 3/4 is down the bottom, down the side, and we need 12 of these. So 2 for each card, 1 for the inside and 1 for the front. So once you've cut all of those out, we're ready to start creating our cards. So what we're going to do is take our card bases and we're going to match up the colors. I tended to go with whatever the color of the border of the card panel was, what color the layered piece was, but you can do whatever colors that you want to do. There's no rules with colors. It did take me a little while to figure out what colors would go best together, because I was looking for like a brightness in the color to go with yellow, or a pink to go with the pink design. So I did put quite a bit of time into deciding which colors would go together, but that's just because I enjoy doing that sort of thing. You can really use whatever colors that you like. And then once you have, successfully chosen all of your cardstock colors, you can move on to the next step of pasting those cards down. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to paste my card piece onto my layered piece, and then my layered piece onto my card. Our next step is to cut out the inside of the scalloped circles. If you're using the Cricut, you should be able to get the Cricut to cut those out for you. If you're using the Scan and Cut, can't seem to figure out how to get the Scan and Cut to cut out the inside of these circles. So I'm just going to use my hand scissors. So what I like to do first is to go around anti-clockwise and roughly cut it out. And then once that middle bit is out, I start and go around clockwise and cut out, because it's easier for me to see if I go clockwise, because I can see on the right side of the blade, because I want to be keeping a nice white edge along the inside of my circle. And then you can see how it's going to look with the little bunny rabbit and the yellow frame on top. And now it's on to our next step, which is acetate. This is the acetate I bought from Poppy's Craft. This is the acetate I bought at Officeworks. Doesn't really matter what acetate you use, or you can use recycled packaging from a stamp set or something. Choose the scalloped circles that you want to use and glue them onto your acetate sheet. I'm using 6 circles because I'm making 6 cards. Once the glue is dry, you can then start to trim down your circles. Cut them into little squares first, and then we go through and cut them properly. Take your double-sided mounting strip tape and pop it around the outside of the circle, just sort of like molding it around into a circle. The strips that I was using sort of only went just over halfway, so then I had to use another strip. When you're joining these strips, just make sure that there's no gaps that are big enough for your little sprinkles to fall through, and then just trim off the excess. Always remember to take the backing off the tape before you put your sprinkles in, because when you're taking your tape off, you'll probably upset the sprinkles if you do it second. So always take the backing off the tape first and put the sprinkles in second. I'm using some Uniquely Creative ones here that I have left over in my stash. I always find it kind of hard to work out how many to actually put in, depending on the color of the sprinkles too. Like, because these ones here are not see-through, I think I put just a little too many in. So it is hard to estimate how much sprinkles that you will need. Now I'm just adding that cover on top, and that creates the shaker element for our cards. And it's a very cute little shaker element, that one. It looks like you could eat those little bits, those sprinkles. Once you've done all your shaker elements, it's time to think about which card you're going to position each one on. I tried to match it with one of my cardstock pieces, whether it was the layered piece or the base card, so blue with blue, yellow with yellow, pink with pink. And then it's time to think about our sentiments. You might like to match the colour of your sentiment with the colour of your scallop circle, if you choose, or you might like to have a contrast. It's completely up to you. Of course, I'm going to be going through and using Easter blessings and Happy Easter because these are going to be my Easter cards. But you might want to choose a different sentiment. Then I'm going through and picking some flowers. I'm going to choose a large daisy and a medium daisy for each card, and I'm going to sort of go with the colours again of the cardstock. So if I've done blue and yellow cardstock, I'm going to pick a blue and yellow flower. Or I might like to add a white flower for a change. Of course, this is completely up to you. You might like to have 2 flowers, you might like to have 3 flowers, whatever you like. Once you've chosen your flowers, then I want you to think about your leaves. What sort of leaves do you want? Do you want small leaves? Do you want large leaves? I'm going to pick small, and I'm going to have one of each coming out from each part of the flower. And once you have chosen all of your leaves, well, then it's time to start thinking about gluing all of these pieces down, because this is the shaker card is the central element of our card, and the leaves and the flowers are our embellishment, and we have our sentiment. So I've just positioned it all roughly to start with, and once I'm happy with it, then it's time for me to start gluing. I might like to put my sentiment a little bit lower in the corner, the bottom corner of the card, or you could add it to the scalloped frame. It's up to you. I'm putting just a row of that double-sided mounting tape on the back of my sentiments, just so that they are just that slightly bit elevated from my card, and that stands out a little bit more. So I've glued on this yellow scalloped shaker element, and now I'm just going to be positioning my leaves. So I'm gluing them down onto the edge of the frame, and then I'm going to glue down this yellow daisy, and then this pink daisy is going to go on top. And that's how pretty that card is. I put little tiny pearls in that one for something a bit different. Here I am repeating the process, putting on the shaker element first towards the top of the card, adding on my green leaves and my large blue daisy and my smaller yellow daisy and my other green leaf to finish my card off. And that is the conclusion of our tutorial today. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you like this tutorial, I invite you to join me in the Papercraft Secrets classroom, where we print, cut, and create with ease. It's a supportive community where you get all of my digital printables and tutorials in the Papercraft Secrets classroom. It's great value, and there's lots and lots of inspiration for you. So I hope to see you over in the Papercraft Secrets classroom. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you are subscribed to my YouTube channel, and I hope you have a lovely crafty day.